starting the Environmental Advisory Council meeting for June 24th, 2026. We'll start with a roll call. Sam Mason is here. Mike Campbell is absent. Aaron Carey? Can you hear us?
Present.
Yay. Sister Pat?
Here.
Freda Tupfer, sorry. I don't know what it was. It was my mouth.
Here.
And we have 2 positions that are currently vacant, so if anybody is listening and wants to apply, please do. Associate members, Molly Tarvin. Associate member Sarah Wedekin will be late, but she will be here soon. Jackie Spry. Cooper Moore. And Sarah Peelman. Wonderful. Does anybody need to make an amendment to the agenda? Hearing none, we will move on. I look for approval of the agenda.
I move we approve the agenda as written. Second.
All in favor? Aye. Aaron, are you going to say something?
Aye.
Thank you. We need
Sure.
you for quorum. Thank you. Approval of the May 2026 meeting minutes. Are there any amendments to the minutes?
I move to approve the minutes. Second.
All in favor of approving the minutes of May 2026? Aye.
Aye.
Minutes are approved. Introduction of visitors. Do we have any visitors that would like to introduce themselves? All right, seeing none, we will move on. As we have no visitors, I'm assuming we have no public comment. Moving on. Reports of the subcommittees. We have the single-use plastic ban ordinance. As a committee, we last met in May. We have decided as a committee to take the summer off of regular monthly meetings because of so many vacations, and also to allow us more time to do some surveys. So we are continuing to do our surveys and to try and collect that data. Dark Sky Subcommittee. Is there anybody here?
I'm on the committee. We've lost one of our members because Matt's not on the, he's not one of us anymore. And Mike isn't here today. So we're quasi in what's the word, hiatus?
In flux.
Yeah, but there is a related item on the agenda under new business.
Okay, so under new business, we will revisit a part of Dark Sky. Okay. Old business, Environmental Advisory Council Brownfield Subcommittee. And we have a proposal in front of us, which I think was provided by Aaron.
Yes.
Could I back up? I do want to transmit a complaint from a resident of the city who feels that the LED lights are very, she finds it hard to look at them, and she finds them distressing. And I said, I don't really know what's going on with the new LED lights, but I know they're going up everywhere. But I did want to, she's not able to be here, but I did want to transmit her concern with her ability to be confronted with the light, and it'd be painful to her to look at them.
Okay. I made a note. Is this something that should be reported to, I don't know, citizens' response or something? Is that the best?
It's kind of...
For a citizen who may want to express...
It's a whole different system now.
Can I ask where that may go, where that should be directed?
Hi, everybody. I would welcome that complaint to get submitted to our report a concern form we've moved away from the citizens response form.
Good.
And it's, the form still lives on the website. It's just called Report a Concern. And
Okay.
I'd be happy to, pass it over to Public Works and the mayor. They are meeting with Penelec, who does a lot of that lighting in our area. And that's, I would believe, their responsibility to answer that concern. So I would welcome the submission, and then I can pass it along as needed.
Thank you.
Sorry for,
No, that's
just
okay.
fit there.
So do you feel?
Yeah, no,
okay.
I will relay that to the person.
Okay, cool. Moving forward to the Brownfield Subcommittee proposal. Is this something that you
I
want
can
to
speak
talk?
to this.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Hi.
So Sister Pat and Mike and I have met a few times now and kind of talked through some of their visions for the need for more community engagement around brownfields in the city, especially with what's going on at Erie Coke currently with that redevelopment process. So this is a proposal that I helped put together with their assistance and vision. Just to establish an additional subcommittee for the EAC, really focused on brownfields in the city. I think this pairs nicely. I think last meeting Jackie talked about the potential for a new zoning ordinance to be developed. I think this would pair really nicely with that as we're thinking about land use in the city of Erie. Having a committee that's really focused on where our hazardous properties are in the city and how those are affecting the quality of life and water quality, air quality, all of the environmental factors that go along with brownfields. I think just having more eyes and ears and folks educating the community about the importance of cleaning these sites up would be a helpful step. I think we have a lot of local experts on the topic, so I included the proposal. If there's any questions or amendments or comments, happy to talk about them.
So there's brownfields, which I think is a federal thing, and then there are state. So when you use the term brownfields, are you being more inclusive than just the federally designated brownfields?
So in the proposal, I use the EPA Office of Brownfield definition, which says a property is defined as a real property, the expansion, redevelopment, or reuse that may be complicated by the presence of hazardous substances, pollutants, or contaminants. And I think that is pretty broad because that could include things, a lot of the buildings in Erie include lead paint, having been built before 1970. So I think even things as not that lead is simple, but even things like lead or like asbestos, which a lot of historic buildings have present in them, would technically qualify under that definition. So I think, yeah, there's the federal definitions that are.
And that's in the
I think
third-
this
third
encompasses
paragraph.
a
Yeah.
lot of.
I'm sorry, I was just skimming because the other thing is, so from time to time, there are public notices that appear in the local paper, which are notices of intent to remediate. And there is an opportunity for, when it's a city, within the city, for the city to request a public involvement plan. And it is only the city that can make that request. So is there somehow included within the scope of this committee to be monitoring for those NIRs and to address the possibility of having a public involvement plan when there are those situations?
I'm not as familiar with that process, Preta, but happy to learn more. I think based off what I know about like the EAC and its role is that we're an advisory function. We advise the administration and the city on environmental topics. So I think we could, advise the city to take action toward that. Is, if I'm hearing that process correctly, is that the city would have to be the one to initiate that process? Is that what you're saying?
Right, and I'm not sure whether who initiates the public notice, whether it's DEP or the actual, the business or the entity that is remediating the property. But it'd be interesting to know whether there is a way that the city can request to be regularly notified, because it isn't the habit of the city to be monitoring those public notices. It's just one of my hobbies that I see them.
Fred, if you could send any information you have on that for the requesting a public hearing, we can look into that, because I agree it's probably a good idea. The city should do that, at least look into it and consider it.
I remember that somebody from, I think it was DEP, met with us, and I wish I could remember who us was, and explained the process. It might have been like our water, our air, or PLUA or something.
I can ask Jenny Tompkins too, because I think when she was with Penn Future, there was an opportunity for that to occur with the
Yeah.
Bayfront project that
Right.
PennDOT's doing. Do you remember
So-
that, Pat?
Yeah, I remember vaguely that we saw a notice in the paper one time, and we did notify the city to kind of get things rolling, because as Fred has said, we couldn't act individually, but we could get the city to act. And that certainly would be something that could be encompassed by a subcommittee like this in terms of recommendations to cities or other parties.
I just would want to make sure that there's a way that it happens more organically than some casual person monitoring the public notices.
Yeah, I'll look into it and see what we can come up with.
And I wonder
I'll
if-
reach out to the DEP if I need to, or whoever.
Yeah, Elspeth might, Kaylee might know.
And this, it might be a good additional point to
Yeah, that's-
put under the proposed goals and objectives, under, either support education or encourage community engagement. I don't know, one of those, maybe we could add a specific point about read public notices and identify pertinent ones for the committee to review and
Or bring to the
advise.
city's attention.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I guess my question is, where do we go from a proposal to actually a subcommittee?
So I was going to ask if there was that with the amendment of that in place, do we want to make a motion? Would it be a motion to create the subcommittee as proposed with the amendment? But I don't think I can make the motion. I think somebody else has to make the motion. I can make the motion? I can? I don't know the Robert's Rules of Order. I just got put into this because somebody got a nice job. Okay.
You're one of the
So-
members of the committee. You can make a motion.
I can. So I would make a motion that we approve the creation of the subcommittee as proposed with the amendment that we just discussed.
The amendment about the notices of intent to
Yes.
remediate.
Yeah, of having somebody that's kind of focused in on that, and would probably have to be somebody that's retired. So we definitely need a retired member of our committee, okay, of our subcommittee. But I'm making a motion to.
Is there a second?
Second,
Okay, good, yeah, because it's better if I don't second it.
Okay, and all in favor, say aye.
aye.
Aye. Erin?
Aye.
Thank you. So moved, we have a new subcommittee. We need like poppers for when we do something exciting. Okay. Sorry. Local climate action plan, I think usually Jackie and/or Sarah talks about that.
Yes, I believe we mentioned at the last meeting, we do have approval to move forward with developing a local climate action plan and seeking a contractor to help us with that project. So we have begun drafting an RFP to do that. So that's where that's at.
Cool. We anticipate that RFP will be out by the next meeting? No,
Maybe.
okay. These things take time, I know. There's a lot of people that have to read and review before things get posted. I was just curious.
Well, we could try, I would say within 4 to 6 weeks,
Okay, cool.
hopefully.
Nice. Awesome. Okay. New business.
So I did send everybody being whoever, the last email I got from Jackie, I think, I sent everybody an email about what I'm going to say. So I was at, the YouTube says it was a study session, but it was not a study session. It was a special city council meeting about the second vote on the Market House. And so the email that I sent at 2:19 this afternoon, it has a screenshot from the meeting, and then I actually took, this is what the consultant for the Market House said they're going to do. Special consideration is taken into bird migration patterns and preventing birds from striking the windows. A UV film that is invisible to the human eye but appears to birds as a solid object will be applied to all of the exterior windows for bird safety. So my request, proposal, whatever, is to prepare a letter, I guess, I don't know if we can do any more than that, to Scott Enterprises, first thanking them for turning out the lights on the Hampton during the nights of high bird migration, which they did, and suggest that they either communicate with the Market House people or whatever, but that they, we strongly encourage them to consider using such a film on their windows. So I think it's all we can do is have a friendly communication to them, unless there's anything, we have a zoning officer in the house.
I think it would be nice to send a letter thanking them for acknowledging that they did that. That was nice.
Yeah, okay, so if Mike and I can work something out before Tuesday, he can, well, can we vote to do it, but have the wording worked out? Or how do you want to do this?
An email, an approved over email?
Yeah, you could draft a letter, and I could put it on city letterhead with the EAC at the bottom there, so it's official.
Right.
And I don't know if you need to make a motion for the letter. If you want to, it could be on behalf of the EAC. I think you could just communicate through email and draft the letter and send it out.
Okay. Does anybody want to help me do? Mike, I don't know how, what his family's health emergency is and if he's going to be available.
It's fine. I talked with him and he was just taking, his wife is really going down, but they were driving to a meeting place where she could go on. But I know he is going out on sort of like a sabbatical sort of thing, but that's not until like the third week of July.
Okay, because I'm not available after Monday night, so if somebody could help me.
Yeah, so he should be back. I'm not available. We're just starting our summer program, so
Yeah.
I'm.
There's a lot happening
Okay, I'll
right
keep
now.
in touch with.
I mean, I think you could look at the letter that we drafted. We've drafted a couple of letters that we've sent off that would be in, that should be in your EAC records that you could look at to give guidance.
Are they on a website somewhere?
No. Oh, I don't know if they're on the website, but they're.
If you need details on what they proposed in further development, that we can provide. But in terms of just thanking them, I mean, I think, a simple letter acknowledging that
Well, she wanted two things, to thank them,
Thank
but then
them.
to also suggest that they apply the same
Something same
UV
or similar.
film to their windows that the Market House is using on their windows to be.
Same or similar. I know that according to the people at the Erie Birding Observatory, that they've been in communication with Drew Whiting from the Erie Downtown Development Corporation, and they are going to do something with their atrium also. So I don't know if it's exactly the same thing or something else, but, so there may be more than one company or thing, but,
There's lots of options out
Yeah.
there to make windows bird safe.
yeah.
Um,
I just, like,
So I think that, I mean, you could certainly reach out to Mike and see if he could assist you. You could look through your emails to look for other examples.
yeah, if,
He's a great letter writer, so and
Right.
I think he'll be available beginning
I
tomorrow.
can't say that I've kept them all.
Fred, are you going to send two separate letters or one letter with both things?
I think she was suggesting one letter, both things.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
it's, to me, it's like a nice way to do it. Thanks a lot, and while you're at it, you know.
Okay.
These
kind
are
of-
other ways that you could help to, it
Yeah.
is a nice way to approach it. I
Yeah,
don't
just-
disagree with that.
I agree. Just reach out to Mike, and if he can get it done right away, he can, and if it has to wait until you come back, I think that's okay too, isn't it? Is there
Well,
time for
I
that?
don't
Or you
know
can
that I
just
w-
ask him to go ahead and send
People are
it.
designing things and ordering things, and the
Yeah.
longer you wait, the more, because I've talked to Kate Phillips' husband about her building, and he says that she's too far along and it's not going to happen there. So, Kate and Company, so we don't want to wait too long.
Well, I mean, you're
Well,
talking about something that would be applied to windows that are already existing.
No, I think it's incorporated into the glass.
It says it, I don't know.
I'm sorry, so the Market House is doing this, so what's Scott Enterprise, oh, you're talking about the new hotel?
Marriott, yeah.
Oh, okay. Thought you were talking about existing hotels. I mean, both exist. There are things that you can apply to glass that already exists, and there are things that you can do as glass is manufactured.
It's usually cheaper.
So-
Mike's also on the bird seagull
Yeah.
committee, so I think if you reach out to Mike and ask him to finish the letter, he would be able to do that, and if not, he can reach out to the committee via email and ask for help from somebody else who may be available.
Yeah, I feel like it's summer and a lot of us are like,
Yeah.
but that's fine. So crafting a letter, and I think having that in advance of our next meeting, and then we would vote at the next meeting, that's typically the way that we do these things, yes?
Right, but I won't be at the next meeting.
Okay. But if we could have it crafted so that we could look at and we can vote on it at the next meeting, that would be fine.
Or even if Mike sends it through email and everybody
Mm-hmm.
agrees to send it through email, I think that's okay too. Jackie said.
Okay. Does
Okay.
that sound like a plan?
Yeah.
Okay.
I just wanted encouragement and agreement, yeah.
Yeah, that works. Okay.
Great.
Moving on, other business sustainability coordinator updates.
A couple of things. I am the new representative on the Lake Erie Coastal Zone Advisory Committee, and Matthew is my alternate, so that's exciting.
Matthew Falcone.
Yeah, Matthew Falcone. So I went to my first meeting, and I already got a bunch of work done, so.
Excuse me, Sarah, could you repeat the name of that for the minute?
It's the Lake Erie Coastal Zone Advisory Committee.
Is that,
Thank you.
is that,
I could be missing one word, I'm not sure.
is it bi-national, or is it?
It's the Lake Erie Coastal Zone Program.
It's a
Isn't it Department of Environmental Protection?
Yeah, it's a
I think
P- it's a state.
DEP.
It's a
Yeah, it's
Pencil-
the state,
Okay, it's
yeah, it's the
Pennsylvania.
DEP Coastal Zone.
It's just Pennsylvania.
Yes.
Yes, it's just Pennsylvania. They have advisory committee, and they give out grants, and the advisory committee votes on them, and then they send their recommendations, and then NOAA has final approval over that grant program. So that's the advisory committee. It used to be, is it Deborah Smith? She was Economic and Community Development. But the department, well, it's a different name now. Yeah. But anyway, she was the former the committee member, and now it's Matthew and I. And also, I don't know if we had this last month or not, but we did receive a technical assistance grant for our compost site for looking at the possibility of selling our compost instead of just giving it away to like landscapers, et cetera, because, and improving how we deliver it into the community, that sort of thing, because right now, as everyone knows, we distribute it to different parks throughout the city, certain days of the week, but depending on what time you get there, it may or may not already be gone, and sometimes landscapers are taking the compost before our citizens to get there, which isn't fair. So we wanted to analyze that whole system and see if there was an opportunity to make improvements.
Cool.
Yeah, and possibly generate revenue, but, you know, it's a technical assistance grant. It's $7,500 from the Pennsylvania Department of Environmental Protection again, so that's nice. And they assigned a contractor. We had an initial meeting, and we're going to be looking at the site.
Cool.
Yeah, we had a previous technical assistance grant a long time ago, back in like 2005. I think, and we've done every single recommendation that they provided. So we're ready for some more assistance on how we can improve now, so going forward. So that's exciting. And then, as we already mentioned, we are starting to draft the local climate action plan, RFP. So that's about all I have to report today for sustainability.
Awesome. Next is our Bureau of Planning. Oh, any questions for our sustainability coordinator? Hearing none. Bureau of Planning and Zoning updates.
Thanks. I just have one update. Our draft parks plan, Erie Outside, is now up, and we are in our 30-day comment period. It went up Monday, and so 30 days from now will be July 21st. If you go to erieoutside.com, you'll find the plan there. The appendices are all there, all 400 pages, as well as a survey, because it is such a big document. You don't have to complete the survey, but if it's just there for the public. If you would like to comment directly to me, you can do that, and so can the public as well. But I ask that you review the plan from the lens, really, of the EAC, if you could, and provide any feedback or comments. There is a lot of good recommendations around conservation, the environment, trees, so resiliency. So I would love to have you all take a look at it and provide some feedback on it. So you have till July 21st, and then the public comment period will close. Yes, Fred?
I didn't see a reference to a 30-day comment period and the dates on the website. So if you could.
Okay, we'll get on the Erie Outside, because okay, we'll get it on the website.
Seems to be an issue when you go, EMTA plan, it was kind of the same thing.
Okay.
There's the EMTA site, and then there's the plan site, and it was really hard to find the link to the survey.
I think under our news and announcements, I didn't see that posted yet, and I know that that was supposed to be up. So we'll double check. We'll make sure it's on the Erie Outside website too,
Right.
which is the city's website. It's just a landing page that's on within the Bureau of Planning and Zoning. So we'll make sure that the public knows what the time frame is.
Right.
So thank you. Yeah,
Yeah.
get that done. But thanks. That's all I have today. Yeah, thank you.
Any questions? Sorry, from Greta. Anything
Motion
else for us
to-
to talk? All right.
Motion to adjourn?
I can make a motion to adjourn.
Oh, second.
All right, we will adjourn. Thank you all.
Bye, Erin. Feel better.
Feel better, Erin?